challenge with camera positions, and that needs to be sorted out. Like I said, we don't want to lower the standard of the broadcast just to satisfy a venue. We want to make sure that the quality is of a certain standard. We want this standard to be something that is marketable and sellable even outside the Philippines, wherein companies that are willing to sponsor that are not in the Philippines, will look at the product and say like, hey, this is a good product, something you can be proud of.
Do you guys have any more additional questions that you want to ask?
I don't have a question. I was just going to say, fantastic to finally see a league with, cool, calm heads looking for steady progress rather than trying to shoot for the moon within the first few months, and I think that's what the league, I think it's listening to what the community wants, and I think as you could see with Paul, he's very open to what people have been wanting to offer in terms of their insights, and I think it's great that we have that in as people who are leading the league, so it's kudos to them, so well done. Yeah.
How about you, Diego? Any last words you'd want to say for Paul?
I got no questions, but to hear that there's a lot more stability being prioritized is exactly what we want. And yeah, my biggest takeaway is that there's a PFL 2 in the works, so round of applause.
No, that's great.
But yeah, I was also checking out the comments right now. A lot of people celebrated when that was said, because really, we want to expand football in the Philippines. That's the end goal, and that's going to help a lot. So kudos to that front being headed by, it's being headed by
the group. By the group, yes.
So
correct.
Kudos to...
I'm just the sacrificial lamb.
And of course, tomorrow, I just want to add this as well, because we should give a shout out that Kaya FC will be playing in the AFC Champions League, in the AFC Champions League 2 game against Pohang Steelers. Yes. So can you invite everyone, of course, to support Kaya FC as you are the second hack?
Yeah, no biases here, but no, obviously, yes, the team, the staff, they're all in Pohang right now in South Korea. The match, I believe Manila time will be at 6 p.m. because of the time difference, and I believe it will be online. So whether you're a fan of Kaya or you're a fan of Philippine club football and you just want to see the standard, please tune in and watch.
Okay, and of course, before we let you go, we actually want to ask you our PFL question, our Minsan Football Show question of the day. So as a fan, how do you transfer your excitement of football to your non-football or non-sports friends? This is going to be the easiest questions that you're going to have for today.
I don't know that that's so easy, man. Like, it's actually funny you ask that, because I think for me it's the opposite. I don't want to always join a conversation and just talk about football, because people know what I do. So it's almost like I want to take it away when I get into conversations. I mean, obviously, if people bring it up, I'll be happy to share what I can share. But actually, I go the opposite. I'm a bit careful not to inundate them with everything football. But
balance.
Sorry.
Yes. Of course, there is that balance. The ACL 2 games will be live on the PFF Facebook page. So, of course, check on out that page as well tomorrow. So a lot of football to be had, and continue to support Kaya FC in their ACL Champions League 2 appearance. And we also want to thank you, Paul, of course, for coming on the show today, for taking the time to really answer our questions. The transparency this season, wow.
Our perfect first guest.
Our perfect first guest. So we thank you for the transparency, for giving us an insight, the fans, the community, an insight to the league, and we hope that it, of course, gives the fans as well a better idea of what the works are for this season. So thank you so much, Paul, for joining us.
Thank you.
And of course, with that, we would like to and of course, with that, we would like to once again thank our drinks partner, Thirst, to kick off with savings this football season. Use the code PFL 2025 on the Thirst app for special discounts. Thirst is the Philippines' only beverage marketplace, so download the Thirst app today. wherever you get your apps. And we are back in our new seats, and we'll segue to the next segment. So this weekend's matchups, we also want to make sure everyone knows that all the games will be live streamed at youtube.com/wearepfl. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notifications when the games are on. So with that, for the games at hand that are going to be happening this Saturday and Sunday on October 4, there is a change of schedule. October 4 will now just be a doubleheader Saturday, and October 5 will be the triple header. So for Saturday, September 27th, I lost my way of words. October 4, 3 p.m. It's going to be DB Gareli United versus Cebu. And at 6 p.m. it's going to be Aguilas Yumac FC versus Maharlika FC. Let's start with you, Diego. Your thoughts on the doubleheader for Saturday?
This actually, both games for me are quite interesting. The first one because, again, Cebu lost last week, and Don Bosco Gareli showed a promising performance last week, even though they did lose. So on paper, there might just be a little bit of something here for Don Bosco Gareli to get at. The second game, actually really like the second game because we're gonna see an Aguilas Yumac team who rested their usual starting 11 last week, and they're finally up and running against the Maharlika's team who won last week and who are really making a strong case to finish in that top 6. So I think this is going to be an interesting matchup between two teams that
second serving of your Sunday triple header here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium for the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. And we have an exciting one up front of us. We have Manila Digger FC going up against Tuloy FC in match number 22 of your PFL. My name is Jamer de la Cruz alongside Diego over here. Sorry, Diego. It's going to be an exciting one. Manila Digger versus Tuloy. Both teams have been improving a lot in this season, and they're proving to be belonging into the big boys now of the league, as we have a great temperature out here in the Rizal Memorial Stadium. But quite interestingly enough, we have two teams coming from different results on the previous match that they have, as we gather as well the league table over here. Before that, we go first with Manila Digger FC. They've won against One Taguig FC in the last battle. They're expected to give them a hard time. Diego, talk us through it.
Yeah, it was a really good performance from Manila Digger last week against One Taguig, who really have been flying so far. So they kept them quiet with a clean sheet, 1-0 victory. But then at the same time, they had so many more chances, and the 1-0 scoreline maybe just flatters them, or flatters One Taguig a little bit. There are their results so far. So it was a 9-2 win versus Mendiola, 1-0 draw versus Stallion. They nearly lost that game but equalized in the last minute. Then a 3-2 win against Maharlika, which is an impressive win. And then the most impressive of the lot, the 1-0 against One Taguig. Clean sheet in their biggest test. So that was such a big 3 points for them. And they're now second in the table, where they were last season.
Technically unscathed for the entire season so far. They are second in the league as we look into the starting lineups. Nothing has changed in the starting lineups for Coach Basley in this game against Tuloy. They're going to be playing a 4-3-3, a trident of an attack up front. And Cisse, currently the second in the top goal scorers list in the league with 5 goals in 4 matches, which is going to be expected to put in a lot of goals for Manila Digger FC against Tuloy. What do you make up of Psycho Cisse in this league so far?
Well, he scored the 1 goal last week against One Taguig with a chip shot that beat the goalkeeper. But as you mentioned, second top goal scorer of this season so far. And then he was also the top goal scorer last season. So he brings goals. It's as simple as that. He will find chances and he will most likely take them. That is why we have marked him as the player to watch for this evening. Definitely not the only dangerous player for Manila Digger, but it would not be a surprise if he is the one to lead them to a victory or to a good result today if they get one.
Well, we expect him to score in this game against Tuloy, but what are the expectations for Manila Digger FC as we go through Coach Basley of Manila Digger for his expectations?
However, today our opponent is Tuloy. I think Tuloy is a different play style in this league. From the first season, they are ready to left me a good expression. I think this is a good team because they choose their good strategy according to their players' characteristics. So in this match, we will focus our set piece and counter-attacking. So I think the different play style can bring this great game. And I like Lois' play style. So support us. Thank you, Eric.
That was Coach Basley of Manila Digger FC. Good comments on the side of Tuloy. They are expected to play the ball on the ground. They are expected to not match them in physicality, but more of technicality. As we look into the side of Tuloy, a tough loss against Stallion Laguna FC in their last matchup, but it's just a 2-0 loss against one of the top teams here in the Philippines Football League. As we look into their journey so far in the Philippines Football League, they opened things up with a 3-2 loss against Maharlika, but then bounced back with a 3-0 win against Don Bosco Garelli, then brought back down to earth with a 2-0 defeat against Stallion Laguna FC. What do you make up of that match against Stallion?
Well, they entered the halftime break scoreless, so that was a small win for the side of Tuloy. But in general, this season, they've gained a lot of new fans because of the way, as you mentioned, because of the way they play. It's something not offered by other PFL teams. And you add to that the fact that they're purely homegrown. The only another team in the PFL does that in Army. They're purely homegrown. They are such a young squad. Their average age is around 20. It's even younger than your average college side, as we see the lineups here, a lot of familiar names despite their young age, despite the fact that they are a team that usually, when they face up against these bigger teams, you usually look at them and say it's going to be a one-sided affair. But this season, they've showed that they can keep it closer than when compared to their PFL debut 2 seasons ago.
Youthful side with Tuloy FC, a developmental team here in the Philippines, mostly homegrown, but one thing that we're going to look out for will be this player right here. You have John Lloyd Daligue, player number 17 for Tuloy, has been one of the pillars of Tuloy FC in their transition year in the Philippines Football League when they came in. He's been a pivotal guy for them, but this season so far, John Daligue has scored 3 goals in 3 matches. Talk us through how the mechanics is working for John Lloyd Daligue.
Well, he gets on the end of chances. That's as simple as it gets. He is a type of striker that loves to get involved in build-up. As we did mention, Tuloy loved to play a certain philosophy, and he's a part of that. He's a striker, but he gets involved, which is not what you usually see from strikers. Usually from strikers, they're isolated, tas nag-iintay lang sila para sa mga chances. But Daligue, he drops into midfield, he gets involved, and that is why he is one of our players to mark for this matchup.
Let's see what Coach Taketomo Suzuki has planned for John Lloyd Daligue and Tuloy FC as we listen in to Coach Suzuki.
Okay na ba?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, okay go.
So actually, magiging thoughts namin dito. First, I think it will be difficult for a game for us, but yeah, we are trying our best to perform very well, especially against Manila Diggers, one of the big teams here in the PFL. So try lang namin yung best namin to play very well on this game. Thank you.
That was one of the words of Coach Taketomo Suzuki, bringing in the expectations for Tuloy. 2 teams, a contrasting battle that we're going to be having here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. One is going to be brute force and the physicality on the side of Manila Digger FC. On the other hand, we have Tuloy FC with the technicality and the clinical passing on their side. When we come back, it's going to be the kickoff between Manila Digger FC and Tuloy FC here at the Philippines Football League. So here we go. Both sides already on the pitch. We have Tuloy FC in your screens right now. A youthful side sporting an all blue kits. And on the other side, Manila Digger FC, who is going to be flying off to Cambodia to represent the Philippines in the AFC Challenge League. That's going to be towards the end of this month. What are we expecting in this matchup right now, Diego?
Well, it's a clash of philosophies, as you mentioned earlier. Pure strength, pure brute force from Manila Digger, then from Tuloy. Not as much strength and height in their team, but a philosophy that they believe in, and that has helped them punch above their weight in this PFL season. They'll be looking to do the same tonight as we see the two captains.
Well, they've grown so much from that transition period in the Philippines Football League when they came in, as we have referee Meliton Palayo leading the way for the referees. He's going to be assisted by Ryan Flores and Adrian Gumtang. Our fourth official is Angelo Pagkalinawan, and our match commissioner is Karine Calloway. Both team captains already in the middle of the pitch. We're just getting set for this second game of our Sunday triple header, opening October with some firepower of football here in the Philippines Football League. But also before that, we want to give our thoughts to our friends and family members. Again, quick look with Manila Digger FC out here. 4-3-3 formation again. You're going to be expecting that attacking trident with Limbo up front and Cisse. And then on the other side for Tuloy, a 4-4-2 formation. Conventional, yes, but it's going to be interesting for Coach Taketomo Suzuki. Now we express our solidarity with our friends, family members, as well as our kababayans, as we give a moment of silence for those who have fallen due to the typhoon and the earthquakes. Hindi po kayo nag-iisa, mga kababayan. Ang Philippines Football League po ay kasama ninyo. Through these hard times, we are in solidarity with you guys, especially that we have Cebu playing in the Philippines Football League. They've been hit heavily by the earthquakes, and of course, our kababayans as well that were hit by the typhoon. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala. Sama-sama tayong aahon. Kickoff is almost upon us here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium as we are set. Tuloy FC with the all-blue kits and Manila Digger with the classic red, yellow, and white. First half is underway with Manila Digger FC defending from left to right, then Tuloy attacking from right to left. We will expect the passing to flow for Tuloy. If not, they're going to be disrupted by Manila Digger FC. Start from the back with Grizola. Lipat muna sa kanan with Haren De Gracia. Again, familiar names out here, Diego, with the squad of Tuloy. Nothing much has changed on their side from the transition period in the PFL. And they're facing Manila Digger once again.
Yeah, it's a team that have played with each other for quite some time now, so they're very familiar with each other. The chemistry is there 100%. So it's no surprise that their ability to play and be on the same wavelength is there.
Tuloy right now trying to thread the ball forward, but it's going to be covered well by Tuloy. Again, itong mga batang to, matagal lang magkakasama to. Dyan sa Tuloy, dyan sa Don Bosco, magkakasama sila. And now they're trying their best to man up against the big boys of the Philippines Football League. Team captain, good pass. Oof. Just wide, but there's going to be a foul called against number 15. That's Usman Guy.
Yeah, late challenge there on Harry Nunez. No injury sustained for Nunez. Thankfully, it was a late tackle. I think the referee opting to give Usman Guy just a little bit of mercy. It is just 1 minute into this match.
Team captain Noti is manning the midfield right now for Tuloy. Again, you won't expect many long balls from Tuloy FC. They're going to keep it on the ground because the height advantage is there for Manila Digger FC. And of course, they are the big boys of the Philippines Football League. They're going to be participating in the Challenge League as well to represent the Philippines. So one thing to look forward for the boys in red and yellow.
Yeah, last week they outran and out-physicaled, if that's even a word, Wantagig FC. You saw how good their performance was. The 1-0 scoreline didn't really reflect that. They had so many chances to make that a dominating victory, and it's really a frightening sight for all the other teams in the PFL when you're up against this Manila Digger side.
Questions were actually raised if nangalawang ba itong Manila Digger FC against Wantagig, but credit where it's due. Wantagig is really a formidable side in the Philippines Football League. So when you face that kind of team, you're going to be careful, as Manila Digger FC have a chance here with the player number 10 with a shot. Hits the crossbar. That was Cisse with then attempt. Again, second in the overall top goal scorers list here in the Philippines Football League. Early threat coming on from Manila Digger. They still have a chance though, as the ball is lurking inside the box. Not anymore, as Noti and Tuloy trying to move forward and find that opening. Nunez goes down, and free kick for Tuloy FC.
Yeah, bullet dodge there for Tuloy. The post just coming to their aid. Cisse's movement continuing where he left off last week. Again, he scored last week against Wantagig, but he is the player to watch for those center backs of Tuloy.
Cyril taking a shot. There is a deflection. Or not. So it's going to be a goal kick for Manila Digger FC. But what a dribbling from Cyril Saud there.
Yeah, good acceleration from Saud. Of course, there are two Saud twins on the pitch at the moment, but Cyril there driving into the space and not afraid to take the shot from distance.
He's the creative of the Sauds with 2 assists to his name in 3 matches. So we expect him as well to be the playmaker for their side. Ngayon, na-atake naman ang Manila Digger FC on that left flank. Good through ball to the left side for Schaffner. Schaffner stops and gives it back to Nishioka. We're going to try to play it again from the back with Modo Juf. Good composure here for Manila Digger, not forcing the issue and exploiting the defense. Now a long ball forward. There's chance. Keeper is there to commit. Another one. Good block. Oh, another bullet dodged. Pabellar doing great between the sticks.
Yeah, good first involvement for Pabellar. He's thrust into the deep end because last week it was Antilio who was the starting goalkeeper of Tuloy, not on the squad tonight even. So it's a good first involvement for Pabellar to get some confidence into this matchup. But what about that goal line clearance from Haren de Gracia? Was another bullet dodge, as you mentioned. What a chance this was. Cisse again causing the problems for Tuloy FC.
Let's take a look at that again. First attempt, Pabellar was there to cover, and then the follow-up. Good block from de Gracia, giving his body on the line to prevent that goal from Manila Digger.
Yeah, 2 big chances in the opening 5 minutes for Manila Digger. You imagine they'll be happy with this start, and I can see Coach Bas Lee on the sideline encouraging what he is seeing.
Well, if you're Manila Digger FC, you'd welcome those chances to come back to your side, but not as much if you are on the side of Tuloy FC. Jarvis to Taninko, threaded ball. Now goes Ture on the right side. Still Ture. Good cross. Blocked once again by Tuloy. Cyril Saud trying to get past the player. Now it goes back to the goalkeeper for Tuloy. Poor pass though. Limbo. Twisting and turning. Through ball for Limbo. Good save once again for Pabellar, and he keeps it.
Yeah, another good involvement there from Pabellar. Again, might have been a little bit cold because he hasn't played so far this season, but the first 6 minutes and he's come to his team's rescue twice.
the oohs and the ahs of the fans here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Cyril South putting Turay on the skates there.
And one for the highlight reels.
Counterattack for Manila Digger, but Nunes is there to cover. Now long ball forward on the left side. Cyril South will give it chase, but couldn't get there on time. Great decision though from Nunes to free up South on the left side.
Yeah, good idea from Harry Nunez, just allowing his team to try and get up the pitch. Chance maybe here.
Interception. Here's Lupango on the left side to the middle. Takes it back to Nunes. Sends it out for a goal kick. Not so handsome for the team captain there.
But what about that combination play on the penalty box of Manila Digger? That's what Tuloy do. They try to dizzy their opponents, and they nearly did there. The shot, unfortunately, for Tuloy, though, way over.
We talk about the development of football here in the Philippines. We talk about kids looking for idols overseas, but you don't have to look far. The Philippines Football League is there to cover it. You just take a look at the side of Tuloy. Youthful side out here. You said that they have the youngest squad. We're going to get back into that. Asise have a chance out here. Turay blocked once again. And De Gracia clears it out only as far as Limbo. So Digger trying to compose themselves right now and looking for that open space. Good discipline as well for the back line of Tuloy.
Yeah, very thrilled.
Marking the opponent's Taninco on the right side. Good coverage as well by the Dynamo. Cyril South as we have a corner for Manila Digger FC.
Yeah, this corner will be the first test for a set piece for Tuloy. As you do see on your screen now, the height advantage is severely with Manila Digger. They need to survive these type of scenarios if they're going to get anything from tonight's matchup.
Point well taken there, Diego. It's going to be difficult for Tuloy. The height advantage is there for Manila Digger FC. But it's going to be about man marking here as they try to prevent the opening goal inside the first 10 minutes of this match. Nishioka to take this. It'll be an outswinger one. Headed away by the defense. They're giving chase, and Cyril South once again on the left side. They have a man up front. Through ball. Gets it through. A golden opportunity for Tuloy. Good pass. Lupango. One-on-one against the keeper. Oh, close. But not close enough for Justin Lupango.
I think he had too much time because he just seemed to hesitate a little bit, and it gave the goalkeeper a chance. I think that's why it's a corner after all of that.
What a move from Cyril South, getting that deflection from a defender, that incisive pass to free up the man up front, and they win themselves a corner. Question is, how are you going to face up against the side that has the physical advantage? And that's your answer. They play it short as they try to dribble their way past the defense, but they're not going to be able to do so. Turay on the right side.
Good pace.
Or rather was Usman Guy from the back to the front. A cross. Cisse, looping header, and it's out for a goal kick.
Game's opening up now. This is exactly what you want to see if you're a neutral fan. End-to-end stuff. Chances for both teams.
I mean, come on. You have David and Goliath out here battling it out, and you have chances on either side of the field. Really interesting battle that we're having here. And Tuloy got past that 10-minute itch now as they have prevented the first goal from the first 10 minutes. Question is, what's going to be the continuation for Coach Suzuki and Tuloy?
This is very brave from Tuloy. Do wonder how can they cope with this high pressure from Manila Digger, but they're coping with it very well at the moment. Commentator's curse.
Nunes for control there, but they have time to compose themselves. Taninco on the right side. Jarvis looks to reset for Manila Digger. Again, the discipline of Tuloy, when they lose the ball, they know they're going to have a hard time getting that ball back, so they have to compose the back line. And look at that tackle from Harin De Gracia, preventing the opening on that left side.
Corner.
Referee says a corner for Manila Digger, but again, fearless tackle from Haren de Gracia on that left side.
A good defending up against Christian Schaffner. Not an easy player to defend against. It's going to be another corner though, so they passed the test the first time and created the counter-attack for their own chance. Can they do it again for this corner from the other side naman this time?
That's what they're good at. They don't have the height advantage, but they do have the pace, and when they let loose, that's where the chances are coming up for Tuloy. But they have to prevent a goal first from this corner. Nishioka looks all set and swings it in. Nobody there for Manila Digger, and it's counter-attack time for the boys in blue. Cyril Saud looks forward. Here's the pass to the right. And the Manila Digger also quick to come back in defense.
Yeah, Tuloy not rushing it this time. They didn't see that it was on, but they don't force it. They remain patient when building up.
Cyril Saud now with the ball for Tuloy. 12 minutes have gone by in the first half, and we're still scoreless. And Tuloy FC has improved a lot from the transition period, and they are actually trying to match the pace as well of Manila Digger. Interception here from David Sambo. Now they go back to the team captain. Almost taken away. Taninko on the right. Ture keeps it in play. Looping ball. Cyril Saud looking to go up against Taninko. And now they almost won it, but a goal, or a throw-in rather, for Manila Digger FC.
Yeah, good discipline nonetheless from Tuloy. You can see it's a flat 4-4-2, but the spaces between the lines are compact enough. And their backline is very drilled. 2 center backs on Cisse, so you can see how much aware they are of his threat.
Long ball forward once again. They bring it back. Cisse with a shot. Pabellar punches it out and clears it away.
Good pass from Paviliar also, not after that save. But it was a bouncing shot, so not an easy save to make against Cisse. He passes another test, this goalkeeper, this number 2 goalkeeper, but you wouldn't see that he's a number 2 from the way he's played so far.
Medyo sumasakit yung ulo ni Coach Suzuki dyan. Battling it out against the 1 and 2 keepers of Tuloy.
Good problem to have.
Good problem, of course. When you have 2 great goalkeepers on your side, you don't know who you're going to play first choice, but it's still something that you can rely on. Kapag magka-problema yung first choice mo, you have a great backup in Pabellar, and he's doing well in his first couple of tests here in the first 15 minutes of the match.
This is good stuff from Tuloy. They're just finding the spare man and playing through Manila Digger in that instance. Not rushing it again because they are patient in build-up, but that's a good switch.
Look at that opening there on the right side. Acres of space for John Lloyd Halike, but took too much time to wait for the ball. It's going to be out for a throw-in. I love how Tuloy makes up these small triangles when they do the passing. You could almost see 2 triangles building up a diamond when they pass the ball around.
And you can see the Japanese influence in this Tuloy team. They don't want to rush it. They try to play and use their technical skills rather than anything else. Chance may be here.
Halike, good threaded pass! Oh, another chance gone begging there for Lupango.
Well, speaking of number 2 goalkeepers, NG is also the number 2 goalkeeper of Manila Digger. Of course, Mike Asong getting a red card 2 games ago, and that is why NG is in goal, and that was a good save from him also. So it's the battle of the goalkeepers so far.
It's gonna go down on who's gonna break the wall first. NG with a great save on that side. On the other hand, Pabellar really doing well between the sticks as well. Halike looking to start the play from the back with a dangerous pass, but at least they keep their composure. Good pressure here from Manila Digger. Now they force that pass out. Oh, mistake here. NG is there to cover.
Yeah, alert goalkeeping there from NG, bailing out his teammate.
No foul, says the referee. There was contact. Ball goes back to the side of Tuloy. First 16 minutes over here, and we're really enjoying the battle of a youthful side in Tuloy and a team that has grown from boys to men real quick in the Philippines Football League. Manila Digger FC, last time that they squared off, Manila Digger FC won it 3-2 thanks to a late winner from Jim Ashley Flores. And when I look into the lineups of Tuloy and Manila Digger from that transition period in the PFL versus now, you see most of the players from Tuloy with the squad intact, whereas it's a complete revamp for Manila Digger as they try to move forward now with Taninco on the right side. Good pressure from Taninco, but he goes past that. Cross, headed out. And Nunes will calm things down at the back. Wow. 1-2 passing at its best for Tuloy. And just like that, they are out of danger.
Well, it didn't pay off there in the final third, but how about that play to beat the pressure in their own defensive third? So calmly done and so impressive from this Tuloy team.
Yung nakikita mo lang yun during warm-ups yung mga 1-2 passing na gano'n, yung rondo kung tawagin nila. Pero when they do it in a live game situation, it just amazes the fans out here and even us here in the commentary panel as the counterattack is on for today. And Manila Digger into the middle. Good pass, and it's an opener for Kenji Nishioka and Manila Digger FC.
I think there was a deflection on that shot. May have just taken the ball away from Pabiliar. Let's see this on the replay celebration. There's aura farming from Nishioka.
Great goal on the counter for Manila Digger FC. It's a lapse, momentary lapse in defense for Tuloy as we have a look into that here. Today, just great pass to Nishioka, squaring the ball inside the box, and the keeper sent to the other side for that opening goal.
Well, it's been an end-to-end start, but Manila Digger strike first. They take, if it was a boxing match, they take first 20 minutes on the scorecards. Tuloy will be feeling really hard done by because they were beginning to settle into the game and beginning to find their groove, but in the end, it's Nishioka to strike first.
Well, great teams are built from the ground up. Let's see how Tuloy will react. 1-0 in favor of Manila Digger FC. 18th minute goal for Nishioka. Nunes on the turn. Counter-attack once again for Manila Digger FC. Shot from distance, but it's gonna sail out wide for a goal kick.
Yeah, that was Cisse this time, asking for a run from his teammate. Didn't see the run being made, so he took it upon himself to take the shot from distance. In the end, it was way over, but another warning for Tuloy there that if they are to give the ball away, there is some space for Manila Digger to exploit.
So first goal for Manila Digger FC. Bumababa ang confidence level ng Tuloy. We'll see that in the next couple of minutes. Of course, they were stunned. They are getting their groove on. The passing is clicking for them. But all of a sudden, on a counterattack, Nishioka scores that opening goal for them. And they have conceded the throw in here. Good coverage by the number 15, Capistrano. And now they will try to formulate an attack. Nunes stops and pops. Gives it back. Nunes once again on the left side for Capistrano. Opening things up for Tuloy. Cyril Saud. The pressure is getting higher and higher now for Manila Digger FC. They know that Tuloy is going to pass the ball around to find that open space. One thing to cut that out is to apply more pressure.
Yeah, and I think Tuloy will be all the more stunned because they did have two golden opportunities. First was saved by NG, or I think both were saved by NG. So they're going to rue those missed chances because there was a chance to take the lead before Manila Digger eventually did.
Come to think of it, I just realized the passing of Tuloy is more like Barcelona, but when they go for a counterattack, it's more of a Real Madrid on the pace as well.
Yeah, combinations all over the field for Tuloy.
Cyron Saud, the other Saud brother on the right side, calming things down for the boys in blue. Alike couldn't get that flick on for his teammate, so Jarvis will reset with NG at the back.
Yeah, interesting here that Tuloy's backline is on the halfway line. That is very high against pacey attackers, but seemingly trying to play an offside trap almost.
Well, it's going to be interesting if it's going to work for them. De Gracia committing early to that run, so offside trap wouldn't work if that's the case. Cisse now on the free. Open goal for Cisse. From our vantage point, it looked like it was going in, but it just went to the right side of the post.
I think it was going in for a bit, but in the end it just curled slightly out. I think Cisse will be wondering how that happened. But again, a lot of space in behind of Tuloy. They're trying to play a really aggressive and high defensive line. It was exploited there, so they have to be careful of that moving forward.
A reverse press being done here by Tuloy, but on the counter once again is Manila Digger. Today with a cross and out for a corner.
But Manila Digger are starting to get into the groove now, creating multiple openings. Here was Cisse's chance. I think he took the finish well. I think it was going in for a bit and then eventually found itself rolling wide. Goalkeeper actually in no man's land there, so not a good moment for Pabella, but nonetheless he's had a good opening 22 minutes or so in general. He'll have to command this box again here though.
Sobran yung finesse. It's a shot ni Cisse, but we have another corner here. The goal scorer, Nishioka, looking for that outswinger.
I think the referee just saw some extra pushing, has to stop it before the play is taken.
Referee imposing his will on this game, so we'll have this corner now. Nishioka gives the sign, an outswinger. Header in, Pabella with the catch.
Well, so far, in all of the corners that Manila Digger have had, they've not actually made a clean contact once, despite their height advantage. So that's a positive to take if you're Tuloy. Again, in their opening game against Maharlika, they conceded 3 set pieces. So it's clearly something that other teams will look to exploit. But so far, they've passed all the tests set piece-wise.
Capistrano on the left for Tuloy, as Manila Digger applying more pressure after getting that goal. Siron South couldn't get the header in. Usman Guy moving forward. A chance here. Flag is up, but they continue to play. Now they stop it for the offside. Imbo thought he was through. The offside flag is there to stop any attack from Manila Digger FC.
Yeah, Shioka or Limbo rather, just straying offside. Chance maybe here though.
Another chance. Cisse looking to double the lead, but not this time as the defense is there. And now Warakoy looking to free up the man up front. Long ball forward once again for Tuloy. We said that they're not going to have as much long ball here in this game because of the physicality. They're opting more of that now that they are chasing a 1-0 deficit. Looking for another chance here is Manila Digger, but Grizola is there to cover. Cyril South stops, being pressured, still with South against the bigger guy. Now they compose themselves again on the midfield. Halike being forced to drop back. He's one of those tandem striker up front, but he's playing more of a midfield role right now for Tuloy. Siron on the other side for Tuloy. Or rather, that was Diaz who opts to take it back.
Yeah, Manila Digger not afraid to drop deep and stay compact. Actually, Cisse taking a water break at the moment. But Manila Digger just as good off the ball as they are on the ball. They're very disciplined also, and it shows. It showed in their clean sheet last week against Montague. Actually, I think Cisse might just be limping a little bit, so that's why he approached the dugout a moment ago.
Well, if you're Manila Digger FC, that's going to be concerning if Cisse is limping, or he has 3 goals to his name, or rather 6 goals to his name in 5 matches. Looking for more, but it's going to be a challenge if he's feeling something. Nishioka, great through pass again. Pabella commits and clears it out. Nunes unable to control the ball well, and Ture resets for Manila Digger.
Yeah, good sweeper keeper there from Pabella. Again, if there's a lot of space in front of him, he's going to have to do that more than once tonight.
But if you're Coach Suzuki, you're going to be concerned because the height is not there for Pabella. If you're a sweeper keeper, it's fine if your height is good, but with Pabellar, it's going to be a challenge, but at least he's doing well at the moment. Halfway point of the first half, and so far Manila Digger enjoying the possession themselves. Seidel South taking it away from them.
Again, Tuloy 1-0 down, but they're not going to change their game plan. That's how strongly they believe in their philosophy. Still building out from the back.
Ooh, dangerous one. Pabellar forced to clear that out. Capistrano is there to help out.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're Manila Digger and their coaching staff, one of those instructions has been to press the goalkeeper, because they're not afraid to use their goalkeeper in possession, and Cisse clearly applying pressure there.
I hope that they're not going to get a near full from Coach Suzuki there for playing the ball with the goalkeeper, because rule number 1, you don't play the ball around the goalkeeper that much, especially with the side you're up against, which is Manila Digger. One interception, one blink of an eye, and they might just score a goal. And here they go once again. Usman Guy on the right side, trying to find the cross, gets past the defender. Getting it across, not this time, as Capistrano is there to cover for Tuloy.
A good skill there from Usman Guy, but might have just delayed the cross a little bit too much, because there was bodies in the box for him to find. Good nutmeg though on his opposite fullback.
Michael Cisse was already expecting that cross, but they have their chance again, this time on the left. Moving forward they go. Cisse on the ball, twisting and turning, looking for that chance. Ball inside. Oof. Pabellar. Oh, no. Poor mistake. And they're down 2-0 in this match.
Well, he's had a really good game up until that moment. I don't think Pabellar will want to watch this clip back, because it was a cross from Schaffner, and let's see who it bounced off of, but in the end it just rolled in to the back of the goal.
Yun yung mga pinakamahirap na i-save ng mga attempts, yung mga bouncing attempts from the attackers. And let's see how it went again for Tuloy.
Well, I think the cross came in directly from Schaffner, and I don't think anyone touched it actually. So it might be credited to Schaffner. Let's await confirmation of that, but in the end it just goes through the goalkeeper's legs. He will not want to see this back after this match.
Let's see if it's going to be credited. I think it's going to be credited for Schaffner, because the last touch was from Pabellar. But without any confirmation of the goal scorer, it's 2-0 in favor of Manila Digger FC. Counter-attack for Seidel South. Oh! I'm stunned. Yes, you're stunned as well, Diego. But what a goal that is from Seidel South against the run of play, and they pull a goal back.
Well, we have a contender for goal of the season right here. What a volley this was. Robin Van Persie-esque. I was expecting the cross, I'm going to be completely honest. And I think everyone else was too, including the goalkeeper, who is beaten from such an insane range. Let's see the replay.
That's a goal for TULOY FC by player number 7.
Look at this pass again. Seidel South with that weak foot, looping it over, and gee. And all we can say is OMG.
Well, I've seen some bangers here in Rizal Memorial, but that is definitely one of the top draw. And all of a sudden, game on.
Thought they were out, but Seidel South, don't count us out. It's still the first half, and we have the second goal here, or third goal rather, for this match. 2-1 in favor of Manila Digger. But Seidel South, what a goal that is.
Yeah,
for South.
Just reading the group chat or live chat at the moment, everyone is going completely insane because that shot was so perfect. I don't think any goalkeeper really had a chance there.
I mean, from our vantage point, you thought it's going to be a cross.
Yeah. There was a player in the box also unguarded. So I think everyone, including the Manila Digger backline, was expecting that cross. But the shot was brilliant.
Grabe. Speechless kami, Cyril. What a great goal that is from the number 7 of Tuloy. So it's 2-1. Still have plenty of time here in the first half. Jarvis intercepted by Nunes. Now here's Halike. Intercepted now by Manila Digger FC, who goes for the counter-attack, but the pass went wide from Taninco. Throw in for Tuloy.
Yeah, Taninco might be receiving a little bit of stick there from his coaching staff because it was his side that was penetrated, and it was also his side that Saud is currently lurking in. So he'll have to keep a closer eye this time.
Oh, interception here today. One-on-one against the keeper and gets the double up for Manila Digger.
Well, heartbreaking if you're Tuloy because he just pulled the game back to a 1-goal advantage, but the mistake there from the build-up, and I don't think the moment he got the ball, I don't think he was ever gonna miss from there.
It's turning out to be a goal fest here, but not much of a one-sided one so far. 2-goal advantage for Manila Digger. Cyril Saud pulled one back, looking to claw their way back in this game, but today just taking advantage of the mistake of the back line and giving themselves a 2-goal cushion over Tuloy.
Yeah, good acceleration from Ture, and the finish into the far corner is clinical. So it's now 3-1 to Manila Digger. They regained their 2-goal advantage. I think that might just stun Tuloy as well right after pulling the game back into one score line.
Well, last time they conceded, they got the counter and got that comeback goal with Saud. Can they do it again this time? With passing, Nunes, Cyron, the other Saud, looking to go into the score sheet, but sends it out wide for a goal kick.
Promising combinations there actually for Tuloy. I think in the end the shot doesn't show that, but again, they have the ability to play close to each other and create those chances. In the end, it is 3-1, but I wouldn't be surprised still if Tuloy have more openings in this game.
Bibihira magkaroon ng chance itong si Tuloy in this game against Manila Digger FC, even on the last game against Stallion. But when they do, they take high percentage shots. And so far, we've seen that from Cyril Saud. Again, we can't get over that goal. Question is, do they have more of that in the bag? Jarvis resetting at the back, 11 minutes remaining in the first half. Time to calm the nerves down for both sides out here as Manila Digger just passing the ball around.
Well, there you see it, 13 shots from Manila Digger, but 6 from Tuloy. As we see maybe another shot here for Manila Digger.
Ray on the right side, 13-6. Will it be 14th shot on goal for Digger? It will be, but that's been blocked. And now a counterattack. Halike took a lot of time to think about that pass. And now sending it forward for Harry Nunes. Good pass to the left side, or right side rather. Cross, Nunes on the free. But not that much space as David Sambu is there to cover for Manila Digger.
Yeah, and he's still down after that.
We're gonna check on Nunes as referee Meliton Pelayo stops the play. But good movement there. Diaz passing the ball towards Nunes inside the box, but again, the hesitation to take the shot in front of goal is something that's bothering for the side of Tuloy.
I think if Nunez watched this replay back, he'll be wondering to himself why he didn't take the shot first time, or at least take it faster, because there was a lot of bodies swarming on him. But it was good from Tuloy nonetheless to create yet another opening. Again, this is a very open game. Chances for both teams, and you can see that in the scoreline.
Well, Nunez is back up to his feet as some players taking a little bit of hydration break here. But so far so good in this game. This is the chance earlier. Diaz was free on the right. Unselfish play, giving it back to Nunez. But on the turn, he was just covered well by David Sambu.
Yeah, good recovery from David Sambu. Knew he had to get back in front of his man, and he did there. It was a clean tackle nonetheless. Strong one, but clean. And because of that, it's still 3-1 to Manila Digger.
A part of me is thinking, did Noti expect that pass in that middle part of the box? Because he's more of leaning forward rather than waiting for the pass. But nevertheless, a chance gone begging for Tuloy.
If you're the Tuloy coaching staff, you have to keep encouraging this, because the scoreline might be a bit harsh on them at the moment, but it hasn't stopped them from creating multiple opportunities. They might do one again here.
Siron South freeing up the man on the right side. Oracoy recovers. Now they try to reset.
I think it's those transition moments that Tuloy have the biggest chances from. Again, they scored from one, and it might be a bit harder to create something when Digger get into this shape, because they are very compact at the moment.
They might get in trouble in taking a lot of time with the ball, passing it around. So transition game should be the key for Tuloy if they want to come back in this game. But a foul is called against the number 17. That's John Lloyd Alique. We pointed to him as the man to watch for Tuloy. But looking at Tuloy FC, it's like a jar full of candies. You don't know what you're going to pick. And this time, Cyril South stepping up to the plate for Coach Taketomo Suzuki with that opening goal for them.
I'll tell you what, it's a very talented Tuloy team despite their age. We also have Nunez, who, let's not forget, has played in the national team, made a debut in the 2022, what was then Suzuki Cup or Mitsubishi Electric Cup.
Yep.
Either way, he's played at that level because that's how good he is. That's how much talent he has.
And he came from the proper pipeline of the national team. I believe he played with the Ascos development team in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. So let's see. What kind of promise does Tuloy have in this game against Manila Digger, as they're down by 2 goals and a counterattack might be on for Manila Digger FC. Nishioka takes some time and pass the ball back.
Again, it might just be in the back of the minds of some of these Tuloy players that there is a SEA Games tournament later in the year, and a lot of these players, actually I think all of them, are eligible for squad selection for that tournament. So that might just be in the back of their heads at the moment for the rest of this round 1 in the PFL.
Well, it's all about exposure, of course, for our homegrown talents. If they want to make it to the SEA Games, we're in most of the players. I don't think they will have a senior player in the under-22s or under-23s for that tournament, but chances are plenty for them. Right now, they have to think about their chances on goal against Manila Digger FC, as the boys in red and yellow are playing in front of them. Taninko, Ture with a cross, cleared away for a throw.
He just had a lot of space there for a moment. Not a lot of pressure to stop that cross. I think he's causing problems really for the Tuloy backline with this positioning.
Ture right now being given plenty of time with the ball here on this right side. Being helped as well by Taninko. Now here's Juf at the back as they swing it over to the left side for Limbo. Oof, great dribbling skills. Limbo with a cross, looking for Ture on the right.
Touch.
Good first touch. Again, taking some time with the ball, and now interception. Chance for a counter. John Lloyd Alique to start the counter attack for Tuloy. Through pass. Juf is there to cover. Pressure still being put on by Lupango. Now Juf being forced to take it back. Diaz on the byline. Now they clear it out for Nishioka.
Yeah, good covering from Juf there, because that was a good through ball from Tuloy, and I think if he gets that interception all wrong, there's another one-on-one against the goalkeeper. So good defending from him.
Ture right now just playing a bit deeper compared to that right winger role. Now they're gonna swing forward here. Juf at the back. He's not being challenged that much on the back line, but when he does, he's always sprinting against Tuloy.
Yeah, 40 minutes now. That absolutely flew by. It has not felt like 40 minutes. Really entertaining half I think either side for Manila Digger, they'll be happy to go into the halftime break if the scoreline stays the same. If Tuloy, can you maybe snatch one before the halftime interval?
And you'll love that if you're Tuloy as they thread the ball on the right side. Durakoy looking for that opening against Juf. Cross, there is a block, and Sambu will recover for Manila Digger FC. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Limbo on the turn. Chance for a counter. Cisse was a bit forward there on an offside position. Now Limbo on the left side. Chance again for Manila Digger. May have passed now because they took too much time with the ball. Now across. Capistrano to cover. Cisse. Good coverage again for Tuloy at the back.
Yeah, good tackle there because Cisse was lurking, and I think for a moment there he thought he'd have a shot on goal.
Now a chance again. Cisse this time taking that right winger role. Across, headed away. Only as far as Nishioka, who opened the scoring here in the first half. Sambu takes it back to the left side. Back they go to Sambu. Chipping it over for Limbo. Keeps it in play. With a cross on the turn. Still not able to pull off the trigger. Good pass, Ture. And a shot. 3-goal advantage for Manila Digger FC. And that's a brace for number 11, Babukar Ture.
Well, they've been applying some real pressure over the past 3 to 4 minutes or so, and there it pays off. Putting in so many crosses against the Tuloy backline, and finally one of them found player. And I think for this finish, Pabellar had no chance there. It was so close to his goal, and the speed and proximity just beat the goalkeeper there. A good finish from Ture.
A bit of a breathing room now for Manila Digger FC, a 3-goal advantage. Let's take a look at that again. Good pass here from Cisse. And today, just maneuvering his way past the defense.
Yeah, Tuloy unable to clear their lines. I thought initially the challenge was made, but eventually Ture just finding that little pocket of space, and the finish into the near post was still good enough to beat the goalkeeper. And now it's an ideal scenario if you're Manila Digger, who, let's not forget, it was 2-1 at one point, and when it was 0-0, Tuloy had two chances really, two big chances to take the lead. In the end, it's Manila Digger who were the more clinical of the two.
Have the floodgates gone open now for Manila Digger as Tuloy on the counter. Nunes with a pass. Diaz shapes up, takes a shot. Juf with a block. And Manila Digger clears out the danger once again. Long ball forward. Oh, that goes over the head of the Gasha. 2-on-1, make that 3-on-1 for Manila Digger. A pass, Cisse, can he get his goal? No. Osman Guy takes it. Pabellar says no entry.
Well, the touch from Cisse just lets him down because he doesn't take it into the space. He puts it back into the defender. And he'll be wondering, the top goal scorer from last season, he'll be wondering how it's not 5-1 at the moment.
Chance gone begging for Cisse over here. Let's see if he's going to be able to add to his tally. Tuloy trying to pass the ball around. Look at that pass again. 2-3 players pressuring them. No problem as they pass the ball around and move forward.
There will be a minimum of 3 minutes of additional time.
Halike with a shot. Over the bar for Halike. Pero yun yung mga nakakatakot na shot. We saw that earlier from Cyril South. This time Halike just going a bit over the bar there.
Yeah, on his weaker left foot. I think he'd be preferring it if those type of chances fall to his right foot. But again, that is why we marked him as one of the players to watch, because when he does take those chances, or receive those chances rather, he's not afraid to shoot even from distance.
Referee Melton Palayo just asking them to take the goal kick once again.
I think the ball was rolling when the first goal kick was taken. Of course, not allowed anymore in football.
So 3 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. And so far, Manila Digger FC imposing their will and their dominance over Tuloy FC. Here's today once again. Pabellar, oh, buttery fingers, and gives the goal for Cisse.
Well, Cisse finally gets his goal, but I think if you're Pabellar, you should be catching this I thought initially that he did catch it, but it just slipped through his fingers. And from that distance, Cisse is not missing. Not for a second time after his earlier chances. And the top goal scorer for Digger gets another.
That puts him up to 6 goals in 4 matches for Saiku Cisse. And again, the buttery gloves of Pabellar as we take a look at that replay over here.
Well, you mentioned it before the game started. It's athleticism and pure pace and strength that Manila Digger have in abundance. There it was there. But yeah, in the end, it is an error from the goalkeeper. So Cisse will take that with no complaints.
Lost the touch of it, and Cisse was just obliged to take that opportunity. Nunez on the counterattack, though, for Tuloy right from the kickoff. 5-1, still in favor of Manila Digger FC. They swing the ball to the left for Cyril Saud. Saud with a 1-2, great pass. Halike on the clear, and a shot. Oh! Another one from that angle once again, this time from John Lloyd Halike.
What is going on in this game? Goal fest here in the Rizal Memorial Stadium. This time it's Halike, and that's why we marked him as the player to watch. Right foot, left foot, it doesn't matter. And look at that finish. We were sitting right behind it, and it flies into the top corner. I think NG got a touch on it, but it wasn't enough because of the power from Halike. What a game!
They might have found the weaker spot from NG. Let's take a look at that again. What a shot from Halike there. Another good look from this vantage point. Just curling it out, top right corner. NG got a touch. What a way to close the first half here, Diego. 5-2, but it goes without saying that Tuloy may have been on the back foot, but they've been providing us those tasty goals in the first half.
Well, I'll tell you what, this has a contender to be the most entertaining game of the season. I'm just going to say whoever's editing the highlights for this match, good luck, because there's going to be so much more to come. But what a first half this has been. And if you're neutral, you want more in the second half.
Well, it's going to be a... I think there's a bit of commotion. We're going to check that later on, but 5-2 so far between Manila Digger FC and Tuloy. First half thoughts, Diego?
Well, from a neutral perspective, I've enjoyed this first half so much goals, so much attacking play from both sides, with Manila Digger pace and power, and then from Tuloy that instinctive and that build-up play, and then you see those 2 finishes that have caught out NG. Well, first half, I'm lost for words.
A lot to unbox and a halftime break, but it's 5-2 in favor of Manila Digger FC. We'll be back after a short break. Back inside the Rizal Memorial Stadium for the second game of this Sunday's triple header. At kung nawiwindang kayo, huwag kayong mag-alala, hindi kayo nag-iisa, kami rin. As Manila Digger FC is at 5, while Tuloy FC is at 2. Digger, we're talking about this during the break, but if it's about quantity, Manila Digger FC has that in check. But if it's about the quality of the goals, you have to look into the side of Tuloy.
Yeah, and we were sitting right behind both of those shots. We just saw them fly into the top corner. No chance for the goalkeeper. Two bangers from Tuloy. I'm gonna expect that for the goal of the season contender at the end of the year. Both of those goals are up there with Halike. Weaker foot, no problem. It flies into the top corner, and then the other one from Saot was incredible as well. Here was the one from Saot. Not that they often go long, but when they do, it pays off like this. What a shot that was.
What a shot it is from Cyril Saud. We've talked about the quality of the goals here for Tuloy, but Manila Digger FC has been banging it in. 5 goals already on their side. We've predicted that, yes, they're going to win by quite a margin, but we didn't predict that the quality of the goals are going to be something to talk about during the break.
Yeah, again, Manila Digger, the top scorers from last season, so they're continuing exactly where they left off. 5 goals in the first half. You imagine that with the way they play, they'll invent more chances in this second half. It was a bit of a first half or second half of the first half to forget for goalkeeper Pabiliar. But what about that shot from Halike?
Grabe, speechless talaga yung mga shots na yun from Halike and South. But take a look at the stats out here at the halftime. We expect that it's going to be far off between two sides, but possession is almost equal, 52 to 48. But the shot is really the difference. We talked about the shot count being at the side of Manila Digger FC, but I mentioned earlier, Tuloy, when they take those shots, they take the high percentage one. And it's showing right now with 9 shots on goal, 5 of them being on target.
Yeah, and moments in that first half, Tuloy also had other big chances. They had 2 one-on-ones in the first half when it was still scoreless, actually. So there are definitely openings for this Tuloy team to exploit. You do see also that this is a very open game. So many shots from both teams, not a lot of fouls. It's been end-to-end stuff. The flow of the game has been really good, and we hope that the second half is the exact same.
Well, I've read few comments earlier during halftime. A lot of them expecting more goals here in the second half. A lot of them also wants a close one between Manila Digger FC and Tuloy. It's not as close as they want it to be as of the moment, but I don't want to curse it or I don't want to jinx it, but we might be getting there.
Yeah, and I remember just looking at the chat after the 2 Tuloy goals, and everyone went absolutely insane. And dapat lang after those 2 goals. Anyway, let's see. I think there's going to be some substitutions because there's a activity in the 4th official area. We'll await confirmation of that. But yeah, hoping for more of the same in the second half. It's Halike there. You can see him leading out his team, and no wonder we picked him as our player to mark. You see it in that second goal of his.
Well, both of the players that we have mentioned to watch out for in this game have been on point so far in this game. Cisse have scored on the other side, Halike as well on the score sheet. So right now, the win might be going to the side of Manila Digger FC, but as we've mentioned, you cannot count Tuloy out until the final whistle.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's for sure about this second half is that there'll be more chances for both teams with the way they play. Neither side wants to sit back and defend. They both go aggressively, and it's only a matter of time before we see more openings in the second half.
So both teams out on the field. Our fans in the comment section of both the Facebook and the YouTube stream going crazy after that goal of Cyril South and Halike. And this is the confirmation of the changes we're talking about.
Player number 7, Kvist on for Sambu. So it's a midfielder on for a defender. So that's an interesting change from Manila Digger. There's actually another change. It's Watanabe on for Saiku Cisse, which is a bit of a surprise. But we did mention Manila Digger have a lot of games this season. In October, they'll go to Cambodia, so maybe a bit of squad rotation. And speaking of wonder goals, Watanabe scored one of his own against Stallion Laguna FC not too long ago. So he'll be hoping to emulate that here again tonight.
Well, we're moments away from kickoff of the second half. For our fans in the comment section, please keep them coming. I'm pretty sure that you're as excited as us here in the commentary panel. And of course, if you miss out on the match, we will review them during the Minsan Football Show. We talk about the Philippines Football League, and we might have a special edition of the Minsan Football Show during the international break, which we're already getting into as we are off in the second half of this match between Manila Digger FC and Tuloy. Will Tuloy go out swinging early in the second half? That's the question that has been really in my head since we've gone into halftime. But it looks like on the other side, Manila Digger FC with a substitute, Yuga Watanabe, getting the minutes and the touches of the ball. Foul against Watanabe though, too much physicality.
Yeah, Watanabe now playing as the team's number 9 without Cisse. You'll expect a bit more similar movement from him. There it was already. He's testing out the 2 center backs with this movement. Actually think might have hurt itong si, not too sure who's on the ground actually, but back up on his feet, so that's encouraging for Tuloy.
That was Aren De Gracia, actually. He's one of the formidable defenders for Tuloy. He's back up to his feet, but down again. Will it be concerning for the coaching staff of Tuloy? So at the moment, he's back on the game. And they start to play with Capistrano. Dangerous ball there on that left side. Now intercepted. Shioka, good pass. Oh, great goal from the number 15, Usman Guy. And it's 6-2 in favor of Manila Digger FC.
Well, Watanabe getting involved right away after coming on as a halftime substitute. The cutback was excellent, and there's no way that that chance is going to be missed from that distance. Good start to the second half for Manila Digger FC. Let's see if Tuloy can respond to this goal.
Continuing the momentum from the first half was Usman Guy, getting that sixth goal for Manila Digger FC. Right now it's 6-2 as we take a look at that again. What a ball here from the substitute Yuga Watanabe. Just finding the open man. Easy peasy there for Usman Guy just to tap it in and score the goal.
And Coach Basley will be happy with this second half start. He'll be hoping that defensively also there'll be more resolute as we see the quad vision replay featured by Upstream Sports. Another good moment there for Usman Guy, and he's carrying off exactly where he left off. Also got an assist last week against Wantagig, so definitely having a good season so far.
Well, the game is not yet over for Tuloy as they try to move forward with Cyron South. Thought about the shot, and it's been intercepted by Limbo. Juve being pressured here by the number 11 Lupango, and a foul is going to be called against him. Battle between the two. The young lad there from Lupango trying to test the man out of Modu Juve. So foul called by referee Meliton Palayo.
Juve doing well there just to win a free kick. Was under a lot of pressure, and Digger play out of that pressure, to be fair to them.
Nishioka now with the ball for Manila Digger FC. Just a minute after that break, and Manila Digger finding themselves with a 4-goal cushion. Yuga is offside. Very clear from our side there. Napaaga yung run nitong si Yuga Watanabe. Cyron South starts again for Tuloy. A 4-goal deficit. The flick on by Halike. Thought a pass. And now Cyril gives it to the middle for Noti Nunez. On the turn, Usman Guy gets it. Counter-attack time for Manila Digger, but Aren De Gracia is there to cover.
Yeah, Yuga Watanabe clearly being instructed to test that space in behind of Tuloy FC. Clearly going to be something for Tuloy to watch out for the rest of the second half as they play out of this pressure.
Ooh. Interception once again. Usman Guy looking to get his brace. Oh, it's the crossbar. Yuga Watanabe with a follow-up. But Pabellar says no.
Oh, what a shot there. Rattles the crossbar. Nearly got our third banger of the game from Usman Guy, and you'll be wondering, a little unlucky there not to get another goal.
If I'm not mistaken, the bar is still shaking from that shot by Usman Guy. Almost a brace for the number 15. Tuloy looking to break out from the back. Halike. To the middle they go for Diaz. 1-2 passing is not clicking for Tuloy. Ture now with the ball for Manila Digger FC. So opening up again. Cross to the other side, getting it over to the number 31, Schaffner. Yuga Watanabe on the left. Trying to test that back line. Pabellar with another great save there. Oracoy, dispossessed by Schaffner, takes a shot wide off the left post.
Well, Christian Schaffner already has a goal to his name according to our matchcom earlier on, so he's nearly trying to get his second goal there. Just want to give a shout out also to Christian Schaffner, who makes really good cold brew coffee, so do buy from his coffee as well.
Baka maambunan tayo dito niyan, ha? A reset for the goal kick here. The bar is the friend of Tuloy in that shot of Usman Guy, sabi nga sa ating comment section. Halike, good 1-2 with Cyril. Or rather, Capistrano. Here's Cyril now on the ball. Takes it back. Yuga Watanabe with a press. They will leave it for De Gracia. Nunez finds Urakoy on the right. Flick on by Diaz. Finds Urakoy once again. Good control. Saw the defender moving up. Here they go. Manila Digger. Vist. Long ball forward, looking for Ture on the right.
Great switch from Nishioka there.
Test of patience right now for Manila Digger FC. They want more goals, but they have to be clinical with their passing as well.
Yeah, and if you're Tuloy, you definitely want to get back at Manila Digger because the scoreline is heavily in their favor now.
Watanabe almost on the clear. Referee says it's an offside.
Well, the Manila Digger bench disagree, but there you saw it again. It's a very high line from Tuloy. It paid off that occasion. Didn't pay off too much in the first opening moment. Oh, chance here.
Ooh, dangerous one. Nobody there for Ture. So Diaz will go back to Pabellar, looking to spread the ball to the other side. Tackle. Clean tackle, says the referee. Player goes down, and there it is. Foul is called against Manila Digger. "53 minutes into this game, and still Manila Digger with 6-2 advantage over Tuloy FC. But then again, those 2 goals felt like both of them were equalizers. Just because of the quality of it.
Well, whatever happens tonight for the rest of the game, I'm sure those 2 goals, the 2 goal scorers who scored them will be watching that black non-stop on replay.
That's going to be high up in the goal for the season in the Philippines Football League. Schaffner on the run, looking for Watanabe. Pass to Ture on the turn. Fakes it. Will he take it? And he scores. That's a hat-trick for Ture. 3rd goal of the match and 7th for Manila Digger FC.
Yeah, great stuff from Ture. He just lures the challenge from Capistrano, and then the fake shot creates the space, and he lashes it into the back of the net. No chance for Pabellar in that play. And it's now 7-2 to Manila Digger, so they'll be very happy with the way they've started the second half.
Quality goal there from Ture. We take a look at that again. Watanabe with the assist. Good fake as well, just putting Capistrano dumbfounded.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's now the 2nd assist for substitute Yuga Watanabe, so good introduction as well from him in the second half. Making up for the replacement, he replaced Cisse, the top scorer, but he's giving his presence there as we see the quad vision replay featured by Upstream Sports TV.
Good goal once again from Ture. Tuloy looking to mend the pain of that 7-2 deficit. Rakoy goes down. Foul is called against William Quist. And a free kick for Tuloy. I think the fans really love to back an underdog here in this game.
Yeah, Tuloy definitely play in such a way that attracts a lot of neutral fans. Definitely a team favorite of many PFL fans, and a favorite of the audience, it seems, here tonight in the Rizal Memorial Stadium.
On the offing, I think there's going to be a substitution later for Manila Digger FC. We have a free kick to boot for Tuloy. Here's Nunez, headed away by Juf. Back to the other team, Captain Nunez, who sends it back. Good pass. Halike. Pass to the middle. 1-2. Diaz flicks it on. Toure is there for the counter attack. William Gvist to the left side for Limbo. Offside flag is up for the number 98. He won't be on the clear for that chance.
Well, if you're Manila Digger, you'll be saying to yourself, if you played that pass a split second earlier, it's another one-on-one chance to make it 8. In the end, it goes back to Tuloy. Let off there, actually, for Tuloy, if I'm honest.
Now Tuloy on the ball once again. Lloyd Halike through ball, looking for Sairo and South, but not connecting that time. Su Jiao being made to wait on the wings as he's still waiting for the moment for substitution. We might also get a substitution for Tuloy in the offing. Coach Basley will be happy. Their side is having a party right now. Limbo looking for that through ball for Usman Guy. Watanabe, William Gvist. Limbo with a shot over the bar once more for Manila Digger.
Yeah, just got under it. Itong si Limbo on his weaker left foot. And I think that also will signal the substitutions for both sides.
Yep, you heard that right. Even before the goal, there's already a celebration as it's going to be the first game of the season for Su Diao of Manila Digger FC. And John Lawrence Binalong will also come in for Capistrano. So Toure with a hat trick will be taking a break for this game as the day is over for him. And Su Diao looking to score a goal in his first game of the season for Manila Digger. Missed. Usman Guy once again on the clear. Can he get his hat trick? Pabellar says no momentarily. Scramble inside the box and Pabellar emerges as the victor.
Well, Usman Guy will be wondering there if he takes a better touch. Probably makes it 8. And then good goalkeeping from Pabellar.
Su Diao with his first touches of the ball. Takes it back. Nishioka looking forward. Watanabe with a header through for Guy, but he's not going to be clear of that offside flag.
Well, they're really sticking to this offside trap, itong Tuloy FC, and it pays off on occasion. You can see it paying off there again. They do play that very high line. Their two defenders, their back two, I should say, their two center backs, really aggressive in stepping up and squeezing the pitch.
Well, at first it felt like it's going to be a close match between Manila Digger and Tuloy. And right now, a 5-goal advantage for the boys in red and yellow, as they're proving that they have improved a lot from the transition period of the Philippines Football League, and now looking for that additional match fitness as they head to the AFC Challenge League, which will happen towards the end of October, towards November as well. Oof. Back heel from Halike, not connecting with Diaz. Of course, talking about international competitions, we will go on a break for next week as the Philippine men's national football team is back in town. They'll be facing Timor-Leste in the continuation of their AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, which will happen on the 14th of October at the new Clark City Stadium in Capas, Tarlac.
Yes, see you guys there as we try to qualify for our second Asian Cup ever.
Corner for Tuloy, which will give us some time to recognize the presence as well of the under-17 team of the Northern Mariana Island, a friend of Tuloy FC through their program. And of course, kanina pa nagpapabate, Salvador Gil Louie on the comment section in the YouTube stream. And of course, everybody watching there, please don't hesitate to share this stream to your family and friends as we have one more match for this Sunday triple header. That's going to be One Taguig FC going up against the Philippine Army FC. Nishioka will open the scoring here in this game. Passes it to Limbo on the left side. Keeps the ball in play. Limbo. Oh, Down that line, good pass. Usman Guy cleared away. Another chance, and Su Diao. But he's gonna be denied of the flag. He will be denied of the flag. So no Cristiano Ronaldo celebration for Manila Digger.
I think he just strayed into an offside position, but most of us thought that it was a goal.
Celebrations cut short for Su Diao and Manila Digger FC there. Napeke din tayo dun.
Well, to be completely honest, for the second half, unlike the first, not as end-to-end, more control now from Manila Digger. They've slowed the game down, kept more possession. I think a lot of that also has to do with the substitution of Lars Kvist, who has added some control, just keeping the ball possession for Manila Digger, and that's why it's calmed down a little bit from that frantic first half.
Well, safe to say that the first 15 minutes have been very different from the first half, as Manila Digger FC took full control of the game with a 7-2 advantage over Tuloy. But the game's not yet over, as South looking for that spectacular again. This time it goes over the bar.
Yeah, I think Taninko actually caught him after the shot, so South might be a little bit hurt here. Saw the time and space, so opted to go for the shot. Might have hurt himself in the process. But I think that's the biggest chance so far in the second half for Tuloy. Not as high quality as their usual chances in the first half, but it's a start if they are to build anything and to make the scoreline a bit more respectable here in the second half.
South is back up to his feet, and he will look to exploit that side again for Tuloy. Right now, they will have to defend the throw-in from Manila Digger FC. 2 minutes past the hour mark of this game. You've just joined us. It's been a goal fest in the first half, and nothing has been different in the second for Manila Digger. Juf looks forward, looking for that long ball for Kvist, but not going to connect as Pabellar gets to it. Gracia, bibigay dito kay Halike. Murakoy, 1-2 passing, makukuha ni Schaffner. Good challenge from Halike to win the ball again for Tuloy. Lilipat sa kabila, but Su Diao is there, and he flicks it on, gets the ball for Manila Digger. Trying to put the defender on the skates, but not that time for Su Diao. Nishioka takes it back to Jarvis. Schaffner. Now here's Nishioka. Limbo with the through. They leave it for De Gracia to calm things down for them. Pabellar. Fans egging on Manila Digger to add more to their tally here. But the fans on the other side for Tuloy is applauding them for calming the storm at the back.
Yeah, again, Tuloy will never change how they play. This is what they're going to do for all their PFL matches, regardless of the scoreline, regardless of the opponent. And it's nice to see such a young squad has that type of bravery. You do only wonder if they can stay together for the next 2 to 3 years and keep playing in the PFL, how good they will be come 5-year time or something like that.
Well, it looks like it's more of consistency is the goal for Tuloy FC. Yes, they're going to be battered and bruised throughout the Philippines Football League. They are the development side here nonetheless, but they're proving that they're punching above their weight right now, and they're doing well as substitution is coming on here. One guy is going to be denied of his brace, but he already contributed to the cause for Manila Digger as a player number 44, Hayato Kame, is coming in for Manila Digger.
Yeah, squad management now for Coach Basli of Manila Digger. Again, they do have a lot of games. Will travel for AFC competitions later this month. So you do have to use your full 23. It's not just about having a strong 11. You need to have a core of about 24 to 25 players that you can pick up at any given moment in your season, at any game.
And it's great to see how Manila Digger has been mixing things up for their side. We know that they're going to need to balance the team schedule for their side, or the squad, as they have a champion or a challenge league tournament to play in. We focus more on Tuloy as they are on the counter-attack here on this right side. Halike, shot from distance. He felt it, but this time won't get it.
Yeah, Angle was open for the shot. Unfortunately, he just gets a little bit too much under it, and that's not going to trouble NG, who is quickly making a case actually to become the #1 of Manila Digger. Again, he started the season as the #2, and what a pass that was from him.
The distribution from NG. Limbo on the left side being pressured by De Gracia. Stays on his feet. And Nunez gets the ball back for Tuloy.
Well, that all came from a goal kick from the goalkeeper. Really good long ball. Excellent distribution. And as I was saying, he's making a case to be the #1 goalkeeper after a red card to Mike Asong.
Plenty of options for goalkeeping department for Manila Digger FC. You still have Nelson Gasek, who's been a veteran of the PFL. We're looking to the substitution for Tuloy. You have John Levy Sahor is checking in for the number 11, Justin Lupango. Two substitutions so far for Tuloy. He's making use or good use of the starting 11 that they have. On the other side, Manila Digger really resting some of their key players for the upcoming battles once they go to Cambodia for the AFC Challenge League. Yuga Watanabe takes it back. Now Schaffner on the left side. Good through pass from Kame to Watanabe. Another great pass. Gavist. To the middle they go, and it's been intercepted by Tuloy. Halike controls the ball. Stays on his feet. Sahor with his first touches of the ball. On the left side they go. Stops. And surveys the field to find an opening.
Yeah, good from Manila Digger. When they see that there's a possible counter from their opponents, they just track back in numbers, and within seconds they're back into their mid-block shape. And once again, it's going to be hard for Tuloy to break them down once they get settled into that type of formation.
Oracoy asking for his teammate Binalong. On ball forward. Oracoy gets to it. Good through pass. Cyril Saud on the ball against Jarvis. And Saud putting him on the skates. Oracoy intercepted by Nishioka.
Yeah, that's good work from Nishioka. Again, open the scoring, but doing his defensive stuff as well. That might be a foul, though, from Nishioka.
Nishioka called for a foul, and free kick in favor of Cyril Saud and Tuloy FC. They have about 22 minutes to get more goals here.
Well, at this point of the match and with the time remaining, I think for Tuloy, it's becoming game management. Can they maybe make the scoreline a little bit more respectable? I think 5 goals might be too much of a deficit, but can they make it a little bit smaller and a little bit more respectable in that regard?
Well, it's about damage control here for Tuloy, as they've already conceded 7 goals. We want to talk about how different this season has been for Tuloy. Last time out, at this stage of the tournament or of the league, they have conceded 12. But they're getting close to that number now as they have this free kick. Oracoy on the right side against Schaffner. Clearing it out only as far as a corner.
I think quietly also, maybe because he hasn't gotten on the score sheet, but Schaffner's also had a really good game. And in general, a really good PFL player. Again, started this PFL journey with Maharlika, then a stint with Stallion, now with Manila Digger, and he's quietly becoming one of the top fullbacks in the league.
Shot from Diaz. That's been cleared. You may call him as a journeyman, but the journey has been pretty for Schaffner. Juggling from the top teams in the Philippines Football League. Started at the very humble Maharlika FC side. You have a good look on your screens of Schaffner. And again, that stint in Stallion Laguna has changed him.
Yeah, now with Manila Digger and starting week in, week out. And it's not easy to be a right-footed left back also, I must say. So he's doing well in that regard.
Well, it's been the experience that has been the greatest teacher for Schaffner here in the Philippines Football League. Tuloy, right now, going through a bit of a learning experience against Manila Digger FC. 5-goal deficit. And Cameo, or Nishioka rather, almost with a great through pass. Kvist takes it back to Jordan Jarvis. Has been in and out of the country as well.
Yeah, Jordan Jarvis already had a lot of seasons in the PFL with other sides. Also played with the Ateneo Blue Eagles, I think, at one point. And now settling into this Manila Digger backline, I think he'll be hoping to find a permanent home here for many years to come.
That's what it does to a player here in the Philippines Football League. When you grow in the PFL, chances are you're going to have plenty of opportunities overseas. If it doesn't work out, you always have the PFL to come back to.
I think he played in Hong Kong at one point. So it's nice to see that sometimes also they can get opportunities abroad. And yeah, a lot of opportunities in the world of football for these players in the PFL.
Jarvis now sends the ball forward for Manila Digger FC. Less than 20 minutes remaining in this game, and Limbo looking to chase that ball, but Pabellar will take his time with it. Now Pabellar sends it forward. Nobody there as Nishioka gathers for Manila Digger. Su Diao surveying, looking for the pass. Watanabe, 1-2, and nobody up front for Manila Digger. What a fake there from Pabellar. Oh, Su Diao with a chance, and Pabellar says, I missed it. I'll try to get it, but he won't as Su Diao gets to it. Cross for Kvist, brings it down. What a pass! And match with a great save by Pabellar.
Well, Pabellar making up for his error there. Watanabe might be wondering how he doesn't have a goal yet this game. But whereas in the first half it was frantic, a little bit more controlled now from Manila Digger. Their possession not as back and forth. And at the moment, it's Manila Digger in full control. Tuloy is still yet to score in the second half.
Kame looking to get on the score sheet as well. Su Diao now a 3 against 1, make that 4 against 2. Su Diao with a shot. Pabellar says no once again.
I think his teammates will be giving him an earful there because it was 4v1. But the shot was on target, and in fairness, it's a really good save from Pabellar from that distance. Could have been 8 there for Manila Digger FC.
Well, since he came on, Su Diao has attracted plenty of fans out here. I'm pretty sure the fans in the comment sections won't forget. Someone already brought up Copa Paulino Alcantara in 2023 for Su Diao for other reasons. But nevertheless, he's in the squad right now, looking for his first goal of the season in his first appearance as well in this season for Manila Digger. Su Diao with a header, cleared away. Counter-attack might be on for Sairon, South, and Tuloy, but Schaffner will cover that side of the field. Final quarter of the second of the game here as Manila Digger looking for goal number 8, but not this time as the back line gets to it.
Well, despite the scoreline, despite what's happened in the second half, still an offside trap from Tuloy FC, and it actually just made them all stop there. Hence the dribble through. Nearly a chance there also for Manila Digger to make it 8.
Nishioka, time on their side, and 5-goal advantage over Tuloy. It's all about time management now for Manila Digger FC. Yugo Watanabe looking to go up front. Sweeper keeper roll here for Pabellar. But the offside flag is going to be up. And even though it's not going to be up, it's still going to be out for Tuloy.
Yeah, Pabellar would be happy that there was an offside flag there because I think the ball hit his hand. And you know what happens when goalkeepers do handballs outside of the penalty area. Usually only one outcome. But yeah, there again, another offside trap play from Tuloy. So it's clearly something that they're going to stick with for the rest of the season, no matter the type of game and who they're playing against.
That's what you want to see with development teams like Tuloy. You might get a win or two or even a draw at some point in the league, but what's important is what you get out of it. It's about maintaining the philosophy that you have, ingraining it to the players, and so far that's what Tuloy has been doing.
Yeah, you can see it here right now. Their back line is camped on the half line, trying to squeeze the pitch. Again, it's not ideal in this scenario, 5 goals down in the 76th minute, but it's clearly what they believe in and what their coaching staff has drilled into them.
Right now, they have to weather the storm again as Manila Digger looking for that counterattack. They were able to gather that. Grizola sending that forward. Long ball to the right side, but it's going to be covered by Juf. Now here's Limbo on the left for Manila Digger. Stops, takes it back, and calming things down once again for the boys in red and yellow.
Yeah, I think the goal for Manila Digger for the rest of the second half now is to keep a clean sheet in the second half. So again, Tuloy's 2 goals came in the first half. Can they now keep it at 0 when looking at the second half respectively? And I think also that would be a good sign for the Manila Digger backline, for a changed backline also, if they can limit Tuloy's goal scoring opportunities for the rest of this match. Again, Manila Digger aiming for a championship. Again, goal difference is going to be important at some point in the season, given the format and how tight the league might be. So as much as possible, you want to keep your defense tip tight.
Well, match day 5 is proving to shape the table up for the Philippines Football League. Manila Digger, before we started the match, they are in second, and they're going to solidify that spot as they try to add more goals to it. Kaya FC Iloilo having a bye week because of that stint in Korea. A respectable scoreline against a Korean side in Pohang Steelers in the AFC Champions League 2 as well for Kaya in the weekday. Those are the kind of tournaments that Manila Digger wants to be involved. They're going to be involved in one of them, which is the AFC Challenge League. They're going to be facing with Ezra from Laos and then Svarieng from the host nation, Cambodia.
Yeah, and then one more match, I believe, also against SP Falcons from, I think they're the other team that in that tournament. Again, they have to finish in the top 2 to get to the next round, but definitely a promising tournament for them to be in. Actually, itong si Manila Digger, they nearly qualified for the ACL2 because they reached the playoff and they lost really close match to Persib Bandung, a major club from Indonesia. And on another day, maybe Manila Digger take that match as we see them make a substitution here with just over 10 minutes to go.
So that's Daniel Ashley checking in for the team captain Modo Juf, whose services have been appreciated by Basli and the coaching staff over there. Free kick, good shot by Kvist. Oof, almost going through the legs of Pabellar, but he was able to keep it.
Yeah, moment of uncertainty there. Had no idea where the ball was, but in the end he gathered it. So it's remained 7 for Manila Digger.
Nishioka, that out swinger now, Watanabe. Oof, Pabellar with another save.
Well, Watanabe will be thinking, what do I have to do to get a goal? Already has 2 assists, but wants to get on the score sheet, nearly doing so there. But it's another save from Pabellar.
And a good save at that for Pabellar. Benalong for Tuloy. Here's Nunez looking for that long ball, but the offside is there for Sahor. Halike brings it back to Nunez. Long ball forward, Schaffner to head it out. And Limbo. Just 10 minutes remaining in this game. Free kick in favor of Manila Digger FC. It really felt that close after the first 45 minutes, but when the floodgates had opened up for Manila Digger FC, it's been a different story in the second half, Diego.
Yeah, and I think you can also see the different levels of fitness. Again, Manila Digger started the season earlier because they played that game against Persib Bandung in Indonesia. So they've been training longer than most PFL teams. So they're more fit. They had more games in their tank. And you can see that here in the last 15 minutes or so. They're just outrunning Tuloy now. You can see the stamina is still with Manila Digger. But for Tuloy, it's withering out.
Well, for Coach Basli and the Manila Digger, it's more of a continuation of the momentum that they got from the previous season. was able to book a spot for the AFC Champions League 2 playoffs. Just lost to the home side, Persib Bandung. But again, a respectable side in Persib Bandung. I believe Dice Quesato used to play with that side, and they've learned their lesson from that stint, and they're going to be bringing that to Cambodia once they go up against some of the developing teams in the AFC Challenge League. Watanabe, player is down on the field for Tuloy, but play goes on as Lars Kvist gets his name on the score sheet.
Well, Watanabe, 3 assists now off the bench. So that's a very good performance from him, the number 9. And the header back across goal from Kvist. Also another substitute goal. Basley will be really happy with the response he's gotten after the halftime break and from the response he's gotten out of his substitutions, because 2 substitutions combining there to score that 8th goal for Manila Digger. Here's the replay.
Here's the cross from Yuga, finding the heads of Lars Kvist there. It's all he had to do, position himself well and get that header in. Okay.
Tuloy might just be a little bit concerned here, because before that goal, a player of theirs went down, and that player is still down at the moment.
Well, sometimes one would question the idea behind playing the ball despite an opponent going down, but they're on the offensive side. They have all the right, all the time in the world to play that ball, because they're on the attacking side. And so long as the referee doesn't call off the play, then it's going to be a continuation. So Halike is back up to his feet now for Tuloy. But let's take a look at what happened here again. Halike, natapakan ni Yuga Watanabe tong si Halike.
Yeah, painful one for Halike. I think he'll be okay because he's back up on his feet. And it wasn't a head injury, of course, so there's no obligation from the referee to stop the game. And it led to that 8th goal for Manila Digger. So we now have 10 goals in this game, and what a goal fest it has been.
Well, quantity of goals, we have that in check. Quality of the goals as well. Just scroll back to the first 45 minutes of this game and try to find the goals from Halike and Saud in the first half, and you'll have your answer. But they're not stopping here. Tuloy, Binalong to Halike, who's down on the ground earlier but still playing for Tuloy. Binalong intercepted but goes back to Tuloy. Nunez, pass forward, 3 players in blue, a shot, good block, pass, Halike stops, gives it back to South, but that's been cleared by Manila Digger FC, and Yuga Watanabe just off to the races again, side on South. Kvist gets the ball for Digger, and Watanabe goes down. I think a foul is going to be called, and a yellow card as well for Tuloy. That's side on South.
And I believe that is actually Tuloy's first yellow card of the season. And it comes here at the 84th minute against Manila Digger. But they'll be wondering, actually, how did they not score from the earlier play? Because it seemed like there was 3 players through on goal, and none of them were able to convert that chance.
Grabe. Tatlong players yun na may opportunity to score a goal. Nonetheless, it's been a goal fest, and it's been an entertaining one. You couldn't say that it's a dull goal fest because of the quality of the goals, but what do you make up of the 85 minutes that we have covered here, Diego?
Well, I think both sides have positives to look at. So we see a chance here.
Offside flag is up once again. The offside trap is in the works for Tuloy.
Yeah, as I was mentioning, there are obviously positives for both sides. I think if you're Tuloy, you have to look at that first half in isolation and say that their levels in that half were good. Maybe a few mistakes at the back cost them a little bit too much, hence the goal fest. But for the rest of the match, it was really Manila Digger who have dominated, and they'll be very happy with their performance, especially after it became 2-1, and for a moment it was uncertain where this game would go. They really took control and went into the driver's seat.
Well, they were given a scare by Tuloy in the first half, but they opened up the floodgates. And right now, with an 8-2 advantage over Manila Digger or over Tuloy FC. Couple of substitutions once again for Tuloy. You have Haren de Gracia checking out for John Razel Aguila. And Clark Gobuyan is coming in as well. Be coming on for the number 14 Oracoy.
Player number 14, Denmark Oracoy, replaced by player number 25, Clark Joseph Kukuyan.
Nishioka gets that throw in for Tuloy, and a goal kick in favor of the boys in red and yellow.
Well, it seems like a lifetime ago now that Nishioka scored the game's first goal. But let's not forget, he did start this goal fest in the first half with his finish that beat the goalkeeper of Tuloy, and from then on, the goals have not stopped.
Well, the fans in the comment section has been pointing out something. We'll get back to that later on, but Limbo is on the clear here for Manila Digger. It sends that out swinger out. You know what they're pointing out, Diego? It's a score line of Barca and Bayern. And with Tuloy with a touch of blue on their side, and Manila Digger with a touch of red. So El Carabao Ciclista said, you know, or you will know how Barca feels when gets scored 8-2. But no Culeros has been harmed during this match.
It's nice to see some banter going on in the live chat.
And keep them coming, guys. We love that. Su Diao to Kame with a shot, fizzing out wide of the right post.
Kame might be disappointed there. He had time and space to take that shot from that distance. I think the aim is to at least test the goalkeeper. But in the end, it's well wide.
Manila Digger FC may just be going away with all 3 points in the win here against Tuloy. But the real winners are the fans in the comment section. We really appreciate your support as a chance here is coming up. But it's been cleared by Tuloy. Binalong the substitute. Nunez sends it over to Halike. Two minutes remaining in this game, plus stoppage time, of course. And Manila Digger clear through with 3 points. It's just a matter of how many goals they will win this. Sahor takes it back to Halike. Back to the team captain they go with Noti Nunez. Passing is still there for Tuloy, even at this late segments of the game.
Well, you can see they only know one way to play football, and that's on the ground. Rarely do they ever try to lift the ball over the ground and go over their entire team.
And if they do, it's not as high as you expect it to be. Kasi medyo tusok yung pasa. It's more on a long through ball rather than a looping ball for Tuloy. But on the counter goes Manila Digger. And substitute Aguila with his first touches of the ball and clearing it out of danger. Play continues for Manila Digger. Lars Kvist already on the score sheet. So is Nishioka.
I think you can just see it now, the stamina levels. It's a complete contrast.
Schaffner almost on the clear. Confusion amongst the back line and Pabellar. Now he clears it out. Sudiao gets the ball. And couldn't keep it in play as it goes out for a throw. Halike. And we're just waiting for the signal. That's going to be it. 4 minutes minimum of added time here in the second half. He is on the turn, Nunez. And they'll keep passing the ball around Tuloy to find the open space. At least one more consolation goal is on the hunt for them. Through ball. Number 24, Binalong on the right. Threaded through. And Nishioka got to it. West looking clear. Flicks it back. And we'll wait for his teammates to move forward as Kami on the right side is free. Acres of space for him to operate. Brings it to the middle. A shot for the number 22, Ziggy Taninko, but that goes over the bar.
Ziggy Taninko really frustrated with himself there. I think he wanted to get in on the act, but I think he just saw his head in the spotlights and it was way over in the end. Taninko, of course, another member of the youth national team setup, so he's already familiar to most Philippine football fans. Was part of the under-23 team recently that competed, and yeah, he's another promising defender for Philippine football fans to look forward to.
Well, the future is here for Philippine football. Don't worry about that. Limbo on the clear, denied by Pabellar in the offside flag.
Well, yet another offside called against Manila Digger, so the outstanding save from Pabellar wouldn't have counted for anything. Let's see it here. I think the header on was the offside, not the initial pass. But again, another example there. Tuloy will never let go of that offside trap. They'll keep it for the rest of the season. It's something to be expected of now in every game.
So that's another offside against the side of Manila Digger FC. Just 2 minutes remaining in the stoppage time. Again, it's all clear that Manila Digger will take home all 3 points. Lars Kibis left it, but he's still going to be called for the offside. Still have one more game tonight. We have one Taguig FC squaring off against Philippine Army at 8:30. Of course, you still can watch that through the socials of the Philippines Football League. Make sure to follow those pages as well to stay updated in the season.
What switch?
Good switch here for Manila Digger. Watanabe with a cross, cleared away. Diaz. Props to Tuloy. Even they're down by 6 goals in this game, they still try to make it work for their side. Pero nauunahan lang talaga sila ng Manila Digger as Watanabe again on the ball. Finding Lars. Another save by Pabellar. That'll be added to his highlight reel. That effort to keep that at 8-2.
Yeah, just a few seconds now. I think either side accepted the result at this point. Can just see still though high pressure from Digger. They're not letting out. Again, they help their goal difference a lot with this match. Again, goal difference could prove pivotal later on in the season. Tuloy, they'll have to look at this match in moments. They can say in the first half it was closer, and they have to keep that as the positives. But for the second half, it's only been one-way traffic.
Well, the pressure that Manila Digger has been putting on Tuloy is what you call respect for your opponents. You might be up by 8-2, but you still respect them that you apply the pressure because you know that one mistake, they will make you pay for it. They've done that in the first half. Couldn't do it in the second half though, but still plenty of things to learn for Tuloy as the clock winds down. But they still have a chance. Gabuyan on the right side, looking to put an exclamation point on this game. Jarvis clears it out. And referee Meliton Pelayo says time as Manila Digger FC winning 8-2 over Tuloy FC. Again, you mentioned, Diego, talk about the moments of the game for Tuloy. It's been pretty in the first half, but ugly in the second half for them. Your assessment of their side?
Well, there are positives despite the scoreline. Again, the 2 goals and the fact that they actually created chances when the game was still scoreless. Again, we do know that this is to be expected. Tuloy are, on paper, the weaker side. But they'll have to look at this game after or during the international break, so during the next 2 weeks. They'll have to look at this game, point out what worked, what didn't work. There was a lot that didn't work, but to be fair to them, there are also things that did work tonight. For Manila Digger, they'll be happy that following this round before the international break, they put themselves in a really strong position now. Again, it's a double round robin initially, so who finishes on top after those rounds doesn't matter just yet until the final round, but they're putting themselves in a really strong position to fight for that top spot at the moment.
Well, it's been a goal fest in favor of Manila Digger FC as they take it home 8-2. But we're not yet over as we have a good look of the quad cam courtesy of Upstream Sports. We still have one more game tonight, and it's going to be One Taguig FC going up against Philippine Army. Please do follow the Philippines Football League socials to catch more of the action in this season, and we really thank you all for catching this game. Plenty of highlights to talk about, plenty of goals to enjoy. Manila Digger taking home an 8-2 advantage over Tuloy FC. We'll go to a break, and when we come back, it's One Taguig FC going up against Philippine Army here in the Philippines Football League.
Well, thank you very much. It was a team effort. We all fought as a team and we played as a team. That's why we ended up winning, and that's the most important thing. We all win the man of the match. It's not me, it's the whole team. We won this together. Thank you.
The game was tough. The team was struggle in the first half, and then we adjust in the second half. But the opponent was so strong. But we need to improve. And thank you for the Manila Diggers because they give us a good game. That's all.